evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Dirt Track at Charlotte. This is Backwards Hat Productions, the widely imitated, never duplicated. I am Bradley Wilson. This is the MVRL week number 3. 39 plus cars on hand tonight, all here to try to make the 12-car starting field through qualifying. Those who don't make it, we're going to see run heat races. I'm joined up here in the booth, as always, by Robbie Buckner. Robbie, what's going on, man?
Not a thing, brother. We're here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're expecting almost 54 drivers to show up and try and get into a 20-car field, so this ought to be action-packed and fun.
Well, there's your ticker up in the left-hand side as we continue to pan out from the blimp. Get a great look at this facility, of course, in the background. Robbie, you've got the widely renowned Charlotte Motor Speedway. Just a great look at the countryside here. What better place for a dirt track on a Wednesday night with the MVRL than right here?
Heck yeah, you can't say anything more than the home of motorsports. A lot of people's eyes, Charlotte, North Carolina, Concord, Mooresville, that whole area. Definitely when it comes to stock car racing, it's the hotbed of stock car racing. There's a lot of dirt teams that also call Charlotte, North Carolina home, so it's the back door for a lot of drivers and teams.
Well, not only is this place world renowned, it's also the site of the Dirt World Championships, which is going to be happening here in just a couple weeks. So tonight, though, it's the MVRL week number 3, season 2, the last season of 2018. A lot of big names, heavy hitters, Robbie, up here in this field already. Trevor Drake, you're seeing at the top of your board. You're getting a look at Ryan Gaunt right now on track, who's sitting about 16th on the board. You go to second, and it's no surprise, Robbie, that John Kennedy up there on top of the board.
Yeah, definitely not a surprise. John Kennedy disappointed with his outcome last week. Definitely wants to make up for it this week. Not a better way to do it than to lock yourself in through qualifying. But right now, though, as we seen last week, just because you're fast in practice doesn't mean you'll actually be fast in qualifying.
Yeah, definitely. So you get a look from the flag stand. One of the new cameras we installed here, the dirt track at Charlotte. Another one being the blimp, as always, the Backwards Hat Productions blimp, providing all the aerial shots. Robbie, we've even got one right up here with us inside the press box tonight as you get a look at the cars working their way around this racetrack practice. Got about 15 minutes left, and I feel like it's time to get some pre-race interviews in. Rob, I'm going to let you dial up the first driver of the night, whoever you want to talk to, and get these fans acquainted with some of these drivers.
Alrighty, let's go with guy right here. I like to refer to him as the president since his name is John Kennedy and he's Illinois, so I refer to him as El Presidente. But John Kennedy, Robbie Buckner in the Backwards Hat production booth. Got a copy, bud?
Yeah, I got you.
John, last week was a disappointing week for you. This week you're out to prove a point. Currently sitting second on the board at a 15.386. What's it going to take to put that thing on the pole tonight and lock yourself in and not have to do a heat race?
The track's going to slicken up quite a bit, and it's just going to be about getting a consistent lap and qualifying because track don't reset.
Heck yeah, man. Definitely got to deal with the track conditions not getting any better throughout the night. It's only going to get worse. But while I have you up here, man, kind of introduce yourself to the fans. We got 17 people out there watching right now on the YouTube side of thing. Let them know a little bit about the man I call the president.
Just same Joe Blow from Illinois.
Joe Blow from Illinois. I hear you. Always humble.
Yeah, got 3 minutes left to practice. 3 minutes, and then we're gonna do a driver's
John Kennedy, I definitely, man, I know I learned a lot from you on my weekend streams doing dirt racing. You've helped me a lot. You help other drivers out a lot. Nothing wrong with being a little humble, but what do you think the odds are you can win tonight?
Probably 50-50. I mean, any of these guys out here can go out there and win, especially when you got like Chad Wheeler and Laurel and all them guys here.
Heck yeah, brother. Well, best of luck to you tonight, and as always, you got anybody you want to give a shout out to?
We gotta thank you guys for putting this on, the broadcast and everything, and Michael and Laurel for everything they do for the league, and all my friends out there watching. and Lake Heatherburg getting me here.
Heck yeah, brother. Well, have a good one, and we'll hopefully be talking to you later on tonight.
Thanks.
This is John Kennedy, driver of the number 89 car. Looking down through the entry list here, Robbie, as we get ready to go.
That's somebody else we can holler at real quick.
Strader, Illinois sponsors on John Kennedy's car, WR1 Sims. So definitely looking for a good night from Kennedy. Go ahead with your next one, man.
All right, I got the number 68 driver, Ronald Piles. Ronald Piles, right the button, backwards that production. Got a copy button.
Yes, I do, sir. How are you?
Man, I'm doing good, Ronald. How are you tonight?
I'm doing pretty good.
Well, Ronald, man, I'm used to seeing you over on the Ram side. Always running one of my favorite schemes. Constantly running the red, white, and blue. Love it, man. What's it going to take tonight to get that car up there and qualify in the top 12 and possibly win this?
It's going to take a lot, to be honest with you. Been focusing a lot on school. This is kind of like a last minute wing it deal. We showed up, unloaded the car, and ran some practice laps. Really on the back end of the burner tonight.
Definitely. Tell you though, you come from out of Kingwood, West Virginia. They call you the Kingwood Rocket. Running the HAR Motorsports iRacing, iFlag, Piles Racing, Ace High fabrication car. Tell you, man, good to see you out here tonight. And it's been a while since I've seen you, man. I know last week you're given a lot of credit for helping a couple of drivers in the race with setups and all. How's it feel to know the drivers out there rely on you for good setups?
It's nice to come out and help people. I like to help people get better. I'd rather build competition than lose people because they can't keep up. I just like the, competitive racing and being able to run 3-4 wide. It's a lot of fun. So I mean, I'd rather have them out racing with us instead of sitting in the pits watching.
Heck yeah, brother. Well, I'm gonna let you get back there and get some more laps in and practice. But before I let you go, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
No, you pretty much got it all. I want to thank you guys, and I thank you guys over here for putting this on for us, and thank all the guys from Hard to support what we do here. Pretty much cover it.
All right, brother. Well, best of luck, and hopefully we're talking to you later on.
Hey, real quick, I don't usually like to interject on an interview, but I do want to say that I did have the distinct pleasure to go run with the Har Late Model Series. Ronald, while we got you up here, man, give a little plug out to that series and tell people how they can become part of a great organization over there.
Oh yeah, we run the Har. It's the Pro Dirt Late Model Trifecta series. I'm running. We're coming down to the nitty gritty on it, but I'm still accepting people in to make it more fun and more competitive. We had 10 people show up last week, minus we were absent with quite a few of our Har members as well. So we're looking at probably maybe 11 or 12, maybe plus this week. On Sunday nights for the late models, usually start up. It's like 6:30, between 6:30 and 7 p.m. Eastern time. You can just kind of hit us up on Facebook, Team Har Motorsports. You can look up Har Motorsports League on the iRacing leagues and come and join us there. HarMotorsports.org for the rest of the info there.
Well, we appreciate you taking a few moments out. Looks like everybody's getting called down for driver's meeting. If you give me 1 second here, we're going to cut the live driver radio feed. But appreciate you taking time out to talk with us, man, and good luck tonight.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
Probably not really a nicer guy you're going to find around the garage area than Ronald Piles, the Kingwood Rocket, out of Kingwood, West Virginia. The Har Motorsports entry. Some of the sponsors on that: Har Motorsports, iRacing, iFlag, Piles Racing, the Ace High Foundation, TC Race Cars, and Power Performance. Definitely one of the guys to keep in mind tonight as he tries to make a bid for one of those top starting spots. Well, the drivers meeting is going on now as we pan back out, take a look at some of the times post practice. Up on top of the board, it's Trevor Drake in the 12 car, John Kennedy, Tyler Justice, man, Mr. Excitement, up there in third. Heath Lawson's going to be fourth, and Christopher Lewis rounding out your top five. Lewis, another one of those guys, Robbie, you can't ever really count out.
No, you definitely can't, no matter what. Definitely going to be somebody all night long. I just found out, and I'm posting a link now in the apparently it's not going to let me do that.
Hey, I want you to take a look at who's sixth on the board, Robbie. I know it's a guy we've always liked to watch in the past.
The outside outlaw.
Definitely going to bring some excitement tonight as you take a look. Drivers meeting going on. There's some of the cars from pit road. The 10 car of Cody Hollis. Also got the 12 car sitting down there of Trevor Drake. He was your fastest time throughout practice. 11 car J.W. Anderson. Just to name a few on hand tonight. Like I said, Robbie, 41 cars now officially have registered and put down a time through practice. This is going to be exciting. If you thought last week was great, this week is just amped up that much more.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. What I was trying to do was I was going to send everybody out in the YouTube world a link. You'd like to help support the MVRL and help these guys out with the they have hoodies right now for sale on their Facebook page. They have a Teespring campaign going on. So if you go over to the MVRL Facebook page, you'll see the link to the hoodies. They're nice, high quality hoodies, and get them in just about any color you want to get them in. They got orange, black, gray, white, blue, green, purple, any color you want, and definitely something to look into. I think they're around $25, $26 a piece, which is a pretty decent deal in my opinion for a hoodie. Check them out.
Well, as we continue to wait for the drivers' meeting to wind down, qualifying to start, Robbie, let's take a look at the board right now as it sits. We'll take a look at practice times as a whole. Man, some heavy hitters once again trying to struggle to find speed. A few of those to mention. Chad Wheeler, 31st quickest in practice. Brandon Elzoff sits 24th. Joey Lamb sits 13th, one spot outside the cut line.
Joey's sitting 13th.
Look at Laurel Havens down there, 29th. Frank Gonzales, 28th. Some of the guys that made the show last week definitely having troubles here to find the speed in practice. We're going to see if it picks up in qualifying. You know, another interesting fact, Robbie, is that some of these guys we see at the bottom of the board, if they can't get it picked up, you know, the track locked down through heat races last week. You didn't see a whole lot of movement coming up through the heat races, and they were stacked front to back.
Well, I think you're going to have stacked heat races again tonight, but I think the one advantage you're going to have here versus last week is this is a more high-speed dirt track, wider turns, more room to move, be able to see two. I think you're going to see guys be able to move up through the field. There are certain drivers, they're just not good on a tacky track. The slicker the track gets, the better they're going to be. You know, I expect to see the Joker's card, Frank Gonzales, move towards. I don't expect to see Chad Wheeler at the back. I expect to see him. Laurel Havens and Havens Nation, they're not going to be satisfied running back there at the back. These guys are going to run back up towards the. It's definitely going to be interesting to see who makes it and who doesn't, but cream always rises to the top, as the Macho Man always said. So, good to see.
It's definitely going to be fun to see. 41 cars, like we said, qualifying coming up in just about 3 minutes. The top 12, Robbie, going to be fighting to lock in. Everybody outside of that's going to have to run a heat race. And you're going to take this field and you're going to cut it in half, and you're going to send half of them home.
Yeah, you're going to send half the guys home tonight, mad, frustrated, not knowing what happened, where they missed the setup at. You know, like, you know, we talked to John Kennedy earlier. John Kennedy was one of those guys that missed it last week. So he'll definitely be looking towards trying to make it back towards the front.
And Jared Beasley, another one of those notables. Season 1, that guy started out on a hot streak. won a handful of the first 5 races, and then kind of fell off just a little bit, so to speak, and really has been struggling to regain that, that momentum and that fire that he had early in the season. It's going to be interesting to see, last week made it into the show but wrecked out early. It's going to be interesting to see if the Alabama driver can get it going here tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see if make it, but yeah, fun.
We're about 2 minutes to go here. We're going to take a quick pause. We're not going to leave you away from the action, and we will fire it up when qualifying, or here just shortly before qualifying. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
We're back, ladies and gentlemen, qualifying about 6 seconds away. Robbie, who's going to be the top 12? Who's going to lock it in? And who's going to run heat races? Those questions are fixing to be answered now. You're getting a live look once again from the press box as qualifying begins. I did join in the right way, so I promise you are going to see cars on the track as they go out. You're seeing them now. Richard Spar in the 71, one of the first ones out, along with the 777 of Jacob Levenstein out of Virginia. As here we go, Robbie, it's underway. Who's going to be the top 12?
Going to be interesting to see here. Hart's going to be the first one to put a lap in, so let's see how Spar does.
You get a look.
Set our mark.
He will set our mark. We're going to see time start rolling in quite rapidly. It's Dustin Levernite on top of the board. That is quick time with a 15.851. 10 times, and Levernite's still on top.
Ben Kelly up to second. Michael Redding third. Joey Lamb fifth.
There is Jacob Levenstein. He's going to put it on. Look at Frank Gonzales. Big jump from practice. He's going to be second quickest on the board. It's still Levernite with a 15.851. Frank Gonzales just right off that, though, with a 15.854. And there it is. Levenstein going to go to the top of the board, Robbie, with a 15.783.
It's amazing how much the times have fallen off from practice. But like we talked about earlier, just because you're fast in practice on a tacky track doesn't mean once this thing starts rubbering up that you're going to be fast as well. A driver like Frank Gonzales that struggled in the tacky now is extremely fast on the drier track. And Jacob Levenstein puts down a good lap though to 15.783, and right now it doesn't look like anybody's got anything for him.
Levernight's gonna jump Frank Gonzales, then it's Heath Lawson, Ryan Gaunt up in the top 5, Cole Harvey, Joey Lamb, J.W. Anderson, Shane Kelly, the evil outlaw, Michael Redding out of Batesville, Arkansas, Trevor Drake, and Mookie Haney gonna round out your top 12 so far. There's a look at the 6 car, Davey Lamont, as he's out there gonna try to work his way in. Robbie, one of the guys newer to dirt racing who's gonna get some valuable learning lessons here. You can almost say School of Hard Knocks is gonna be in session.
Yeah, School of Hard Knocks is going to be in 7, but how about that 88 of Chad Wheeler as he jumps up to 6th quickest on the board with a 15.890.
Chad Wheeler going to knock Mookie Haney outside. Now he's going to be outside looking in. Now Rafferty's going to go to the top 10 and knock Trevor Drake, your fastest car in practice, outside. Michael Redding's going to be on the bubble as Brendan Elzoff's going to work his way through 1 and 2 down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. We're going to see if the Illinois driver can do anything with it. 28th on the board right now. There is Mookie Haney as well as Brendan Elzoff. Not gonna do it. It's gonna be Levenstein, Dustin Levernight,
Frank Gonzales,
and Robbie, just like that, qualifying's over. Are you ready to go heat race number 1?
Oh yeah, man. It's gonna be fun.
There's a look at the front end of the Chevy Silverado Pace truck. As we get set to go, we can see who's, get a good look at who's on the there we go. Alright, here we go. Row number 1 is going to be Trevor Drake. He was your fastest time in practice. The driver out of the Plains region going to start inside row 1. To the outside, the 10 car, also out of the Plains region, that's Cody Hollis.
Inside of row number 2 is going to be Trevor Baker out of Cabot, Missouri. And to Trevor's outside is going to be Taylor B. out of Westmoreland, California. Taylor, I'm not going to mess up your last name, brother.
1 row back from that's going to be the 28 car. Looks like I've got it missing on the entry list, Robbie. Go ahead and give me the name and driver info for that one.
The 28 car, starting 5th, is Jared Beasley.
There we go. 1 row behind that, or to his outside, will be Brandon Elzoff, the Illinois driver, in the 61.
Starting 7th is going to be Dustin Hall out of Columbia, Missouri in the 331. And to Dustin's outside is going to be the man that we talked to earlier, the Kingwood Rocket, Ronald Piles, in that 68.
Watch Piles as he's going to try to make the show. Behind them, you have the 34 car, I'm sorry. Reading the numbers that went by. The 34 of Jason McSparron out of the Plains region. And starting shotgun on the field, Stephen Gregory out of Indiana. As here we go, Robbie, are you ready to go? Heat race number 1 is going to be live next time by. Getting a good look. Beyond ready. You've been waiting a week for it to happen again. You're getting a look at it from the flag stand, ladies and gentlemen. Also got a few in-car cameras set up on these cars. As here we go. Drake gonna bring him down out of 3 and 4. Green flag in the air. It's Trevor Drake on the loud pedal. Heat number 1 is underway.
Heat number 1's underway. Trevor Drake's gonna get away with the lead. Trevor's shaking. Baker's gonna look to the inside though, going into turn number 2 and try and move up to 2nd spot. As right now he's the man on the bubble.
3 wide behind him for just a second. Elzoff's gonna try to get the top rolling. Cars from the basement to the attic. Here we go. Lap number 2 is going to come down into 3 and 4. It's going to see Beasley to the bottom as he tries to make a move on the 8 car of Taylor B.
Taylor B.
Taylor B.
I tell you though, right now the top 4 are starting to separate themselves. Oh, contact!
Contact! Trevor Baker, Ronald Piles, and now the 8 car is going to go around up against the outside wall. Heavy contact, Taylor B., the California driver.
Wow. I think there's a little displeasure at the end of that.
Well, everybody's fighting for a spot, Robbie. Did you have an official move-up number through the heat races?
My understanding is we're supposed to have 3 and 4 heat races, but it looks like we dropped 1 heat race off. So possibly 4. Let me get with the man in charge and I'll let you know here in 1 second.
As Robbie gets an official word from race control, back up here in the booth, you can see the cars go around, folks. This is the view that Robbie and I have as we call these races for you. Chevy Silverado pace truck's gonna lead them around. We won't go green this time. Like it could be next time by as the lights.
Alrighty, I got the official word. Top 4 will transfer out of each heat.
Top 4, you see it there. Look at the nose cam from Trevor Drake. See the lights on the Chevy Silverado pace truck. We'll see if they go off this time. Lights are going to go off, Robbie. It's going to be 1 to go. We'll double up the field once again as we get set to go racing back in heat race number 1. 7 laps of the 15 to be run. Completed 9 laps to go. It'll be 8 laps this time by. Robbie, I tell you what, man, I called the initial start. Go ahead and hit this restart.
Alrighty, folks, we get ready. We come through turns 3 and 4. Pace truck's already off. It's under Taylor's control now when he wants to start. Taylor's going to get ready to bring him under, and he's back on the loud pedal. We're under green again here in Charlotte for the MVRL race at Charlotte tonight.
It's going to be Trevor Drake out front, the field to follow. Look at him from the top to the bottom. Everybody's going to fight for a top 4 transfer spot as they come flying by our flag stand. Flagman literally got to hang on to something to keep from getting blown out of it. Look at the action here in the back as Elzoff's going to go up the middle. You've got the 331 car of Dustin Hall. Ronald Piles right there in the mix. Elzoff going to bobble off the bottom just a little bit. That opens the door for the 5 car, Stephen Gregory.
Stephen Gregory starting to come in, but look at Ronald Piles. Ronald Piles is trying to make a move from.
Oh, Piles going to get crossed up. Here comes Elzoff.
Oh, big contact.
Big contact for the 68 car. You saw it there. Ronald Piles going to try to get it back going, but Robbie, I would say that car looks a little bent.
Just a tad bit. But I tell you, in a race like this where you're racing to get in the field,
looks like maybe a bar malfunction on the rear end or something like that. Tough break for the 68 car of Piles. 4 laps to go, Robbie. Caution laps do count. Unfortunately, that's one of the options we don't have to turn off just yet. We hope it's coming, but nonetheless, the laps are winding down. Trevor Drake's sitting pretty right now, P1.
Yeah, Trevor Drake definitely in the catbird seat here. The man right now that's nervous is going to be that 331. You know, right now he's got Jared Beasley behind him. Jared was running 3rd before this last restart, so it's going to be interesting to see if Jared can get his way back up there. But it's definitely going to be entertaining, as we also have Taylor B, who had to go to the back from the first incident, as he's trying to make his way back up through the field.
You saw the in-car camera of the 331, that's Dustin Hall. Go back out to the flag stand now, get a wide look at the restart as with just a handful of laps to go, Robbie, I would say this one's fixing to heat up.
This one's going to get hot and heavy.
Well, Katie, bar the door. Here we go. It's going to be 2 laps to go. Heat race number 1. Trevor Drake on the loud pedal and away. Green flag in the air. Hollis going to lose some position to Elzoff there as they go into 1. Elzoff going to dig the bottom. Cody Hollis slams the door. It's going to be Drake, Hollis, Elzoff, and Hall on a 4-car breakaway right now. Hall now going to go to the bottom. Tries to get all he can. Oh! There it is. 1 lap to go. It's not over, Robbie, but the 61 car definitely going to be some tempers, you would think, after that one. Everybody was fighting for a transfer spot.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers react at the end of this one. But in my opinion, you know, that was just a slider. He almost had him completely cleared, But you're coming to the white flag, you can't afford just to not go for it there.
We're gonna go back, take a look at it anyways, as it was definitely something to see. Well, I said we were gonna take a look at it. It's not actually gonna let me do it because the heat race did come to a close. Nonetheless, though, Robbie, that was just some tight quarters racing.
Yeah, definitely. It was tight, close racing. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes here. But right now, though, heat number 2 is gridding up, and let everybody know who we got in this one.
Yeah, definitely indeed. As we get set to go, it's gonna look like this. It'll be Mookie Haney on the front row in the 25 car. To his outside will be the 033. That is Jared Crumrine out of the Plains region.
Inside of the next row is going to be the 36 of Tyler Wolf. And the Tyler's outside is going to be that 97 BA Graphics backwards hat production car of Blake Heather in the 97.
One row back from that, looks like it's going to be the 78 car, that outside outlaw, Chris Arencia. To his outside, he's going to have the 29 car of a Christopher Lewis.
Inside of the next row is going to be your president, John Kennedy, and John's outside is going to be that 69 of AJ Cruz out of Statensburg, North Carolina.
One row back from that's where you're going to find the 33 car, Sam Fletcher out of Indiana, and the 6 car out of North Carolina, Davey Lamont, going to round out your field.
Here we go.
Here we go. Pace truck has pulled it in as we get set to start. Green flag in the air. It's going to be Mookie Haney on the loud, pedaling away.
Yeah, Mookie got a good start. Right now, though, Christopher Lewis and Chris Arencia are battling for 5th spot. But all that's going to do is be the first one to their trailer. So they've definitely got to get a move on.
Look at that. It's going to be Blake Heather. Tried the high side. Now going to work it back down the bottom. Here comes Chris Arencia. Arencia going to look to the bottom. Nothing there. They're going to go into 3 and 4. It's still Mookie Haney, your leader. Tyler Wolf second. Oh! Crumrine gets a little sideways, gets it corrected, but here comes Chris Arencia on the outside.
Arencia is able to pick off 4th place on Blake Heather there because he had to slow up for him for Crumrine. Right now, though, Heather's fighting back on the inside, but Arencia's giving it a ride on the outside.
Here comes Chris Arencia, 3 wide down the front straightaway. It's going to be Blake Heather on the bottom. Arencia going to ride the wall through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, still 3 wide, Robbie.
Yeah, right now the outside outlaw is doing what he does best. He's riding the outside. He's definitely giving it a ride. It looks like he's finally going to clear Crumley as they get down into 1 and 2, and it looks like Chris Arencia is going to take over that 3rd spot.
Arencia's gonna go to 3rd. It's gonna be Tyler Wolf, Mookie Haney out front. The battle we're watching right now is Crumrine and Blake Heather. This is a battle for your move-up spot.
Yeah, Crumrine and Heather, that's the battle for the transfer spot. Heather is trying his hardest.
Crumrine with a slider, massive slider down the back straightaway.
Almost didn't work when they got into 3.
Almost didn't work, but he made it work for a second. Holy cow. Sorry to interrupt you there, Robbie, but that was a huge slider.
Yeah, definitely a huge slider, but I tell you what, I think Chris Arencia has found something up on that extreme high side. He's definitely moving, and he's starting to run down our top 2.
Look at Arencia as he works the high side, tickles the cush through 1 and 2. He is definitely tracking down our leaders, Robbie. It's going to be interesting to see if he can keep it moving forward.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how much higher he can get up in here. But I tell you right now, though, he's going to battle for 2nd place as they come off of turn number 2 and head down the backstretch.
Here we go down the back straightaway, going nose cam on the 78 car. He's worked his way all the way back from deep in the field. He's now got 1 car to beat, and it's the guy who's been out front the whole race, Mookie Haney.
Mookie's going to have a battle on his hand as Arencia has now cleared Wolf for 2nd spot, and Arencia has his eyes set on him. But I tell you, it's getting interesting to see what he's learned.
We go back to Blake Heather, who has taken over the 4th position from Crumrine. Laps winding down. It's 5 laps to go. Heather looks like he's got it well in tow. Meanwhile, up front, Mookie Haney's lead is gone because Chris Arencia is there.
Yeah, Chris has now forced Mookie to come up to the top side. Everybody's starting to see what Chris has found up there, and they're all moving up there. So Mookie's going to try and hold off Chris on the high side, but Chris is going to go to the bottom and try and cross over on him.
Chris Arencia with a crossover, now right back up against the wall. Looking at it as he works the high side. Haney going to pinch him just a little bit. Chris Arencia has to back out of it right there through 3 and 4. Robbie, I think Mookie Haney's just trying to hang on for everything it's worth because Arencia is there.
Yeah, Arencia is definitely there, and he's definitely shown that there's something up on that top side for everybody. The other drivers that are watching this heat are learning something. I have a feeling you're going to see more guys going to the top here soon.
The battle for 4th. There's Blake Heather well inside a transfer spot. All of your action up here up front. Mookie Haney looks like he's gapped Arencia. It's going to be one last shot for the driver out of Georgia in the 78 car. Not going to happen. Mookie Haney wins heat 2.
Yeah, Haney done a good job of holding off and defending there. But I tell you, that was a whale of a job by Arencia to get back up towards the front.
Mookie Haney, Chris Arencia, Tyler Wolf, Blake Heather move on. Crumrod, Lewis, Kennedy, Davey Lamont, AJ Cruz, Sam Fletcher going to transfer to the trailer.
Yeah.
Holy cow, John Kennedy going to miss the show, Robbie.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row, he is not going to be a happy camper.
Well, here we go. Your next round of hopefuls up. It's going to be Nathan Kassler out of the Midwest region on the outside front row. To his outside, you're going to have the 71 car of Richard Spar.
Inside row number 2, Havens Nation. Let's hear you out there loud and proud. Your driver, Laurel Havens, going to roll off 3rd. And to Laurel's outside, starting 4th out of Alabama, is a man that's full of excitement on the asphalt side and trying to learn the dirt. That'd be Tyler Justice in the 7.
1 row back from that's where you're going to find the 4 car of J.R. Bash out of Virginia. To his outside, a driver I just realized in the field tonight. How about Brett Rolls out of the Mid-South region?
Yeah, most definitely. Starting in the 7th position is going to be that 39 of Alan Westman. And Alan's outside is going to be that 69. Another driver out of the Joey Lamb Racing Stables, AJ Cruz from Statensburg, North Carolina.
I've got the 19 car of David Kuntz outside that row. Maybe a little mix-up on my end. Nonetheless,
this is David Kuntz. I'm sorry, it was mixed up on my side.
Jesse Mason, the Michigan driver, is going to go see if he can go outhouse to the penthouse. As here we go, folks. It's going to be Kassler going to bring him down. Kassler, last week's winner. Robbie, this week going to have to run a heat race.
Yeah, Kassler was able to get out there and be a fast qualifier last week, but now he's got to battle his way in. Be interesting here.
Green flag in the air. It's going to be Kassler leading us through 1, but here comes the 71 car of Spar.
Yeah, Spar up on that high side. Definitely watch what Arencia done in the first heat. Gonna ride it up there, get it up on the cushion and see if it'll eat.
Here we go. Laurel Haven's going to work the bottom. Kassler kind of checks up the top line as Spar went to make a move. Haven's still digging the bottom. It's going to be, right now, it's going to be anybody's ball game out of 4. Laurel Haven's going to lead that lap in the 47 car.
Yeah, Laurel Haven's made his way to the front there, but this time he's going to battle down the backstretch as they head off into turns 3 and 4.
Look at this. We got nose camera from the Richard Spar machine as he currently sits in 3rd. Cover these cars with a Dixie napkin, Robbie, as it's a battle up front. Caution flag's going to fly. It'll be the 4-car heavy contact, J.R. Bash. Go back and take a look at just what happened to J.R. here. Oh. We're going to bring it to you live right now. There is J.R. Bash as you see him out of 4. Little contact with Rolls. Around goes Bash. Up on top of Rolls' car. I tell you what's going to be a cool shot to see this from, Robbie.
No.
No, we're not. It's not what you think. I know you're getting your Dramamine ready. It's not going to be what you think. Look at that. Right there from the roof cam, almost takes it off on the Brett Rolls machine as Caution flag gonna fly. Heat race number 3. 6 laps of the 15 complete. It's 10 laps to go. It'll be 9 this time by. Looks like we are gonna run another pace lap here. Get the field situated. Get everybody a chance to get those machines repaired. Up front, it's still Nathan Kassler, last week's winner. Unfamiliar territory, Robbie, as last week it was, you know, pretty much put it on the pole. Or no, I'll take that back. Hudson O'Neill was last week's winner.
Hudson was last week's winner. Kassler won the fast time in hot laps and qualified inside the top 10 last week.
I believe Kassler won week number 1. That's what I'm thinking of.
Win week number 1.
Week 1 winner, last week's Quick Time Award winner in hot laps in unfamiliar territory. As we get set to go here, Kassler going to bring us back down again. Green flag in the air. Kassler shrugs off the 47 of Laurel Havens. Going to get the jump, but here comes Havens back to the bottom through 1 and 2.
Yeah, Kassler goes to the extreme top, Laurel to the extreme bottom. 2 different grooves, 2 different drivers. Let's see who has the better chance as they come through turn 4 as Tyler Justice holds down our transfer spot.
Here we go on board the Joe Sullivan Direct Drive Systems number 47 car of Havens. There you see Kassler right up against the wall. Havens going to dig the bottom once again. It's good. Kassler with the runoff. He's going to lead lap number 10. Laps winding down. It's 6 laps to go.
Right now, the biggest battle, though, is going to be for that 4th and final transfer spot. Tyler Justice has it, and there's a host of cars behind him that want it.
Tyler
big contact on the front stretch.
17 car. Jesse Mason's going to go around. No caution. Heavy damage to the 17 car, though, as he's going to get it back going. Tyler Justice going to hang it out through 3 and 4 laps, winding down. 3 laps to go. This one's still anybody's race, as right now you're watching the battle for 4th. The 4th and final transfer spot. Robbie, another thing to take note is look at Tyler Justice's car as it goes down the back straightaway. This track definitely starting to rut up now.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. You're definitely getting big ruts. These drivers are having to fight the car entire way down the straightaways, through the corners. Not a smooth ride at all.
Well, one smooth ride would be a ticket punch to the A main. That's where Tyler Justice is trying to go. Brett Roll's not going away, though. 2 laps to go. Justice going to try to fight him off one more time. Justice gets the wall. It's going to be Brett Rolls now to the 4th spot.
Yeah, Brett Rolls took advantage of a mistake from Tyler. Tyler's now got to try and regroup and go back after him again.
Here goes Justice down to the bottom. It's 1 lap to go, folks. This is your ticket puncher. Justice going to lean on him just a little bit. It's going to be Brett Rolls using the high side momentum. He'll punch his ticket to the A main. Nathan Kassler, Richard Spar, Laurel Havens, and Brett Rolls round out the qualifying field in heat number 3. Not by lack of effort for Tyler Justice, though, but he's going to miss this show by 1 spot.
Yeah, tough break for Tyler, but definitely gave it a ride to try and make sure he got in there.
Well, Robbie, we've got about 4 minutes here before we go A main race, and let's talk to some of the drivers who punched their ticket in, and some of them who will still be looking to do, or some of them who punched their ticket through qualifying, and then some of those heat race winners. Tell you what, I'm going to start it off. I'm going to dial up one of the guys we have yet to talk to. Joey Lamb, this is Bradley Wilson of the Backwards Hat Booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do. What's up, man?
Well, man, this week going to punch your way in through qualifying. I know you threw the gauntlet down, said this is your track. Got to wonder, man, how's that 81 car feeling?
Well, as much as I'd like to say we're going to be a rocket ship this week, there are a lot of fast guys, and my 4 barely had me in the top 13 in practice. So the gauntlet's been thrown down, and I'm probably going to get punched in the mouth, but hopefully we can walk out of here with a top 10, maybe even a top 5. So,
well, man,
well, I would like to point out I'm not getting punched in the mouth by Hudson this week.
there you go. Hudson O'Neill not in attendance. But hey, man, I want to talk to you a second. You know, usually we see these races held at night. This one's going to be right here in the middle of the afternoon. Is that affecting the track where we're seeing with the rubber taken down and the ruts that we're now seeing start to...
Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure exactly how much the difference the night and day stuff does to the dirt, but I can speak from asphalt. It definitely does change the track, and I will say this track is probably a little bit faster than it would be at night. Well, earlier on with the people hitting threes and stuff. So,
well, man, good luck.
I mean, it's taking down rubber, so we'll see.
It is indeed. Well, good luck, man. Hey, before we let you get out of here, anybody want to shout out?
Yeah, all my sponsors. We'll get to y'all after the race. I'm a little busy.
10-4, man. Well, have a good one, and hopefully we'll talk to you from Victory Lane.
We'll shout him out for
Hope
him.
so.
Joey's got the Title Brewing, Cabang, K&F Racing, Backwards Half Production, A&A car.
There you go. Good shout out there, Rob. Joey a little busy. Robbie, I tell you what, why don't you dial up one of our heat race winners and see what they're thinking of this track so far.
Okay, let's see. Can't remember who all our heat race winners were.
Trevor Drake won heat race number 1. So much action. I know we were trying to cover it all from... I tell you what, let's get a talk with Chris Arencia.
That's what I was about to say. Let's talk to the Outside Outlaw. Chris, Outside Outlaw. This is Robbie Button, Backwards Half Production Booth. Got a copy, bud?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, we hadn't seen you in a while. You're back in action with us again, and I tell you, you've done something in your heat race nobody else seemed to have been able to do. You moved up through the pack. You found something up there on the outside. I don't think initially you wanted to be up there. Kind of got forced up there, and it's like you found something and it felt good, and just car took to it.
Oh yeah, man. We've been practicing for a little while today, and the high side's been good to us. I don't know what happened in qualifying there. Didn't turn as good of a lap as we hoped, and it kind of set us back, put us, you know, in outside of the transfer spot, and car came to, and you know, we're looking forward to the future, seeing if we can do the same thing.
Well, heck yeah, brother! I tell you, it's always exciting when you're here. You're usually either a checkers or a wreckers kind of guy. Either you're up front whooping everybody, or it's just a rough night for you all around. You think you can go from the very back to the front tonight?
Oh yeah, man. I think we got a good shot in the top 5. I know my teammate's starting on the pole up there, Jacob Liverstein, so he's gonna be hard to beat. But you know, I think we can get up there if we can keep our nose clean and see what we got for him.
Heck yeah, man. Well, before we let you go finish the hot laps, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Oh yeah, man. You guys, I love coming here and racing. You guys put on a great show up there in the booth. It's exciting to watch. My teammate Jacob Liverstein out there on the pole, Dirt All Access, Ultimate Super Series. Feel like I'm missing somebody. Extreme Decals, and we'll be looking forward to talking to you after the race.
Heck yeah, brother. Well, we look forward to it. And once again, folks, that is Chris Arencia, the man better known as the Outside Outlaw, as he gets ready to put on a show for all you fans tonight.
Practice going to continue on for about the next 5 seconds, Robbie, and then it's showtime. The A main, it's hard to believe we started out 42 plus cars. We've narrowed it down and cut the field in half, and here's how it looks. Your starting lineup's going to look like this. On the front row, you've got the 777 car of Jacob Levenstein out of Virginia. To his outside, you're going to have the 91 car waiting for him to take the grid, but that's going to be Dustin Levernite.
Yeah, starting third is going to be that 04 of Frank, the Joker car Gonzales out of Stratford, Oklahoma, and the Joey Lamb Racing Title Brewing Company, K&F Racing, Cabang Energy, Backwards Half Production car. And to his outside is going to be the 32 of Heath Lawson. Heath hails from... I don't have Heath on my board here.
Nonetheless, one row back from that's where you're going to find Ryan Gaunt out of the Plains region. To his outside, the driver out of Muskogee, Oklahoma, the Wheeler Metals number 88, Chad Wheeler.
Inside next row is going to be the 85 of Cole Harvey, and the Cole's outside the man we just talked to, and the number 81 Joey Lamb Racing, Cabang Energy Title Brewing Company car of Joey the Jedi Lamb.
1 row back from that's where it's going to be J.W. Anderson out of the Mid-South region inside of row number 5. To his outside, you're going to have the 41 car of Michael Rafferty.
Starting 11th is going to be that 37 of Shane Showtime Kelly, and his outside, Michael Evil Outlaw Redding out of Arkansas.
Michael Redding back in the 2 car tonight, notably after running a few weeks in the 74. Inside of row number 7 is going to be Trevor Drake out of the Plains region. To his outside will be the 25 car of Mookie Haney.
Next will be Nathan Kassler. And then on Nathan's outside is going to be Cody Hollis in the 10.
1 row back from that's going to be Chris Arencia and a host of others trying to make their way to the front. Pace cars in, Robbie. Take us to the green.
All right, pace cars in. Green flag is out. We're underway here at Charlotte in the daytime.
Green flag in the air. The field comes storming by the flag stand. We're going to go 3 wide through 1 and 2 already. It's going to be Chad Wheeler, Joey Lamb right there. This is about the 6th, 7th, and 8th position. Hell, you might as well say about 7th through 12th, though, Robbie, as Joey's going to get shoved up out of the groove early.
Yeah, I tell you right now, these guys are 3 and 4 wide all the way through this field. It's exciting to watch. I don't know where I actually focus my attention at the moment, because every time I focus on one, we got
that was the 11 car. J.W. Anderson's going to get it back underway, but it is going to stack the field up. One of the drivers going to catch the worst of it is the 97 of Blake Heather. Damage to the front end of that car. As we'll go back, take a look, virtue of the replay, see exactly what happened. That it all started with J.W. Anderson. Not exactly sure what happened to J.W., although we're fixing to find out. Oh, gonna get contact from Michael Rafferty. That checks the field up. Trevor Drake gonna be heat race number 1 winner with damage in there as the rest of the cars. It just kind of accordion effect from there, Rob.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like it just stacked up after that. Light contact between Rafferty and him, and it pretty much set everything crazy at that point.
Well, a few notables. Mookie Haney up from 14th to 10th already. Chris Arencia is going to be up from 17th to 14th. Those are your big movers right now. Laurel Haven's up from 21st to 18th. Brett Roll's going to be up from 24th to 19th. Up front, though, it's all the 777 car, Jacob Levenstein. Lights off on the pace truck, Robbie, and we're about to go back racing.
Yeah, we're about to get back at it, guys, right here. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes, but I tell you, Levenstein, his car's been on a rail all through practice and qualifying. And one thing matters more than anything. It's all about being out front.
Man, look at that, Robbie. You've got him all the way stretching the back straightaway. Here we go. Levenstein on the loud, pedaling away. Green flag in the air. We're back to racing. See him storm by the flag stand. Look at that. We're going to be 3 wide once again. Here comes Chad Wheeler, going to go to the top in the 88 car. Going to try to get on the move early. Meanwhile, it's basement to the attic. Wheeler going to tickle the cush out of 4 now.
Yeah, I tell you right now, Leverstein's up there with it up on the wall. Oh, Frank Gonzales gets loose out of the corner against the wall. That's going to send the 85 around.
Big contact. We had just went on board the Wheeler Metals number 88 knows to take a look at it. We're going to go back and see exactly what happened to Frank. Frank Gonzales gets the wall, the 32 car. Actually, there's a few wrecks going on right here. The one I saw with Chad Wheeler. Take a look. Looks like the... '85 gets a bit out of shape. That stacks up the field. That's where you're seeing the 85 go around from. Definitely things hectic early, but nonetheless, Robbie, Great racing, and look at this track, man. It is starting to get shiny from the top to the bottom.
Yeah, it is definitely taking on rubber all the way.
Good look from the BA Graphics Backwards Hat Productions blimp. A look at your leader, Jacob Levenstein, as he has led all 11 laps so far, started from the pole. 1 to green this time, and it looks like we're going to go single file.
Yeah, they've changed it to single file starts this time here to see if they can get these guys to settle in.
Well, here we go. It's going to be Levenstein right up along the cush in 3 and 4. Green flag in the air. Levenstein going to file off. Gets a good little jump on Dustin Levernite. Through 1 and 2, it's Levernite and Levenstein down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Dustin Levernite is definitely not letting him get away. He's going to try and run him down as fast as he can and see what happens here as they go down into 1. Leverstein up on the top, Levernite on the bottom.
Down the back straightaway, here's the onboard cam, Mookie Haney, trying to make big moves early from 14th to 6th. Gonna look for 5th, but look at this, 4 wide off of turn number 4, Chad Wheeler, right up along the wall. Here comes Ryan Gaunt. Wheeler now going to do some wheeling of his own as he goes down the back straightaway, passes 2 cars out of turn number 2.
Yeah, Wheeler's got that car up on the high side and is working. He's got Arencia in the middle as Arencia trying to make his way towards the front. Right now, he would be your hard charger. He's moved far up through the field from the 17th starting position.
Go on board with Chris Arencia right now, virtue of the bumper cam. Get a little look out back off the roof cam. Action is fierce, Robbie. It's 35 laps to go. Wheeler still right there up on the high side digging. Ryan Gaunt slid back a few
Alright, man, caution is out. Caution
positions.
is out.
He started 9th, currently running in 5th. Not exactly sure where the caution's at. May have been the...
Oh, sorry, I just looked at the chat and I don't know how to respond to what was said to me.
Uh-oh.
Got our favorite Australian out there, old Jimmy Boomtown, Simon Sarko. Simon says that Bradley Wilson's voice is so soothing he needs to get a side gig for Audible reading books.
Oh.
Robbie Buckner is the Isaac Hayes of special comments.
Man, high praise. I'm telling you what, I don't know if children's read-along books are in my future. May stick to the dirt, but definitely always great to hear what you guys think. Hey, let Robbie know where you're tuning in from right now as you're watching some of the best late model action you're gonna find. 18 laps complete. We've only had 3 cautions for 8 laps. Robbie, it's gonna be interesting to see if they double file it up here. We stay single file. Looks like race control has made the call to stay single file. You know, that's gotta be...
Like you back on the pace car. We're not going...
Well, as I say that, looks like we're gonna delay the start here just a moment. Maybe gonna file them up double file.
It's still single file.
You know, one guy who's gotta be loving the single file action is Jacob Levenstein in the 777.
Like the Richard Spar getting sent to the back of the pack.
We saw Spar bring it down pit road to the attention of the crew. You're up here in the press box right now with Robbie and I as we look on at your race leader.
Got Squatch Racing said they're watching from the hauler in the infield because they didn't make the show. But they came all the way from West Fargo, North Dakota to try and make the race tonight.
Well, here we go. Jacob Levenstein, the Virginia native. Green flag in the air. On the loud pedal, going to once again...
Oh. Contact.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Caution flag going to fly again just as quick as it went to come out. I believe it's going to be the 88 car. The recipient of that one, Chad Wheeler. We'll go back and see what happened to Chad, man. He was up inside the top 10.
Took the 11 of JW. Just didn't get a good start, and Chad kind of creamed him.
Go, I tell you what, no better view to get than right here from the nose cam. Wheeler had worked his way all the way up from 6th up into the top 4, so there it is. You see it right there. We'll get one more look at it from a spanned out cam, but it looks like you're right, Robbie. JW just didn't get going. Wheeler had a little bit better of a start. That's going to stack him up. Wheeler going to get hit by Cody Hollis. Tough break for the 88 car.
Yeah. Definitely tough break for him there, but I tell you, heck of a job by the guys directly behind this incident, being able to avoid it.
Yeah, Wheeler's gets spun around on the front stretch and a few cars go by before he gets tagged by Cody Hollis. Notable, Cody Hollis did continue on. He's currently being scored in the 13th position. Look at that, Robbie. No sight that is unfamiliar. Chris Arencia started 17th, currently running 6th. The nose is going to show the proof, man. He is driving the wheels off that thing.
Yeah, he's definitely drove that thing up through the field. It's been exciting to watch his movement up through the field. He told us he was going to finish top 5. He's only got one more position to gain if he's going to do that.
Well, here we go. Going to go back green this time. Levenstein on the loud pedaling away. You see it as he's going to pull Levernite about 3 car lengths into turn number 1. Go on board some of these cars, Robbie, as the action picking up once again. It's 26 laps to go.
Yeah, 26 laps to go. Rafferty throws it down into 3 and 4 to get under Arencia, but it looks like it's going to kill his exit as Arencia is going to beat him off the corner. And I tell you right now, I don't know if anybody's got anything for our leader, Levenstein.
Levenstein out front all on his own right now. The gap has not shrank from the restart. It's going to be about 1 second through 1 and 2. Now it's going to open up almost 2 seconds out of turn number 2. That car is on a rail, Robbie.
Yeah, it's definitely on a rail. I tell you, man, not many people in the field right now that seem to have the speed he has, but we've talked about it before, that clean air, you know, although this isn't a asphalt race, in dirt track, it's all about being out in front so you can actually set your mark, set your groove. You don't have to worry about anybody else. It's just you and the racetrack out there, and right now he's the one that has that advantage.
Look at Arencia, man, right up there tickling the cush up against the wall through 1 and 2. Not a straight panel on that car, but it still moves forward. Caution flag gonna fly once again. Not exactly sure, as I don't see
25.
In the 25 car of Mookie Haney.
I think Mookie wins the name. I think Mookie officially wins the name game.
Mookie does, I would have to say, probably have a stronghold on the name game for tonight. As there's a look at the guy who seems to be untouchable through the first half of the race. Jacob Levenstein started on the pole, has led all 31 laps so far, but man, you can't say enough about him. You know, give a shout out to Chris Arencia, right now up from 17th to 5th. Another guy to give a shout out to, Robbie, Laurel Havens, up from 21st to 8th.
Heck yeah, he's doing a hell of a job coming up through the field, battling and being as clean as he can as he comes all the way through. But I tell you, I was noticing something. If you look at our leader's car, leader may be out front and have all that clean air like I talked about and be able to just race the track, but if you look at that right rear corner, you can tell he has it hanging out there and he's been getting up on the fence.
Definitely so. We see it from the roof cam there. Spoiler, a little wadded up on the 777, so don't think just because he's been out front that he is on cruise control by any means.
Yeah, that goes to show you how hard that guy's racing to stay out front. He's definitely going after it. Got the Kingwood Rocket out there. Ronald Powell's watching from his trailer in the infield as well. Says, let's go Tennessee Tumbler. Matty Havens out there says, come on 47, let's do this.
Green flag.
Here we go, green flag back in the air. It's Levenstein on the loud pedal. Here comes Chris Arencia. Joey Lamb now going to put his nose in the battle.
Yeah, Joey's starting to make his move.
Down the back straightaway, there's Lamb. Lamb gonna work under Arencia now for just a second. Didn't have the momentum to quite make it work. 3 wide into turn 1. Frank Gonzales top shelf.
Yeah, Frank on the top, Chris in the middle, Joey on the bottom. It's going to be a big sandwich as they come off the corner and head down the back straightaway into 3 and 4.
I'd hate to be the meat in that sandwich right now. Looks like Arencia is going to get the best of it so far. Lamb still digs the bottom. Teammate Frank Gonzales going to work the outside. This is the battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Yeah, these guys are getting after it. I tell you, the Joker card is up there. He's wheeling the crap out of it as the Jedi is on his inside. These guys are battling hard.
Frank Gonzales going to use the Chris Arencia line through 1 and 2. Now goes back towards the middle. Oh, big pile up. I believe, trying to get a car number here. I saw.
Wolf, I believe.
Looks like Nathan Kassler, the week 1 winner. Tough break as we're going to get a look. Tyler Wolf did bring it to the infield. So I believe you're right. Holy cow. Come back and show you what happened, folks. But man, what a ride Tyler Wolf just took. Contact between he and Heather. Not going to pan out. Kassler going to be the innocent victim. Kassler and Wolf both going to go over. You know what it's time for?
Oh, glad to get sick. Get your Dramamine, folks.
Here we go. Gyro cam first. Look at that. 2 cars roll over almost in unison there. Kassler's going to get it back underway. Brings it to the attention of the crew, although I've got to think heavy damage to the 21 car. Robbie, I was talking to a few of these drivers before the race started. That new damage model definitely playing havoc in the dirt world. As you know, damage like that where you could have went going, iRacing has tightened up the damage model just a little bit, and hits like that will affect you.
Yeah, hits like that definitely take it away from you. These cars now a little more realistic on the suspension damage. So it's interesting to see, but there's still a lot of give and take on these cars. The crush panels still give a lot. But I tell you what's interesting is we're going to have less than 10 laps to go when we go green again.
We are not going green.
Well, it's still Jacob Levenstein, your leader. Heath Lawson up from 4th to 2nd. Dustin Levernight's fell a spot. Chris Arencia continues on the climb, 17th to 4th. Laurel Havens from 21st to 8th. Shane Kelly up from 11th to 7th. Blake Heather was before that contact. It looks like he will continue on in the 10th spot. He's up 13 spots from 23rd. Tyler Wolf going to get the 36 car back out. Green flag back in the air as you see Wolf working down the backstretch. There is your leaders. They're going to go into turn 1. Levenstein all by himself once again. Meanwhile, the action going to heat up again. As here we go, they're going to go 2 by 2 behind him through 3 and 4.
Not clear.
Mookie, Haney, Blake Heather going to get together into 3 and 4. Heather now going to work the bottom once again. Meanwhile, Laurel Havens in a battle all of his own here. Havens up to 8th from the 21st starting spot. Trevor Drake going to have to get on the binders just a little bit. Havens going to gather it back up. Caution once again. I believe it's the 331 of Dustin Hall. Go back, take a look what happened to Dustin here. Well, Robbie, I hate to say it, but I'm going to show it to you and see what you see as we'll go TV. Let's take a look at this from a few different angles. As here's going to be the first one. You see Dustin Hall. We'll pan it out just a little bit. Dustin Hall's going to go into 3 and 4, right around the bottom. Rafferty going to make contact with him, sending him around. Robbie, like I said, I hate to say it, man, that's the second time we've seen something like that happen between Rafferty and another car.
Yeah, Rafferty just drives it so much deeper in there than everybody else does. He sails that thing off in there, and it's catching him off guard with the fact that some drivers not going as deep as he does, you know. But I tell you, it's not anything that he's doing intentionally. It's just the way that he drives this track. He's a very aggressive driver, and it pays off for him a lot. You know, definitely a fast driver, but yeah, he definitely got it in there, and it looks like 331 was a little bit slower at the center there than he was.
Well, Rafferty's going to be sent tailback for the contact nonetheless. And like you said, Robbie, I don't think, you know, I've seen Michael Rafferty race quite a few times. I'm not saying by any means it's anything intentional he's doing. But nonetheless, though, you know, if you're the 331, it's still got to be frustrating up there just trying to get the car set and to get tagged from the rear.
Most definitely, but we're getting ready to go green here with 3 laps to go.
Right now it's Levenstein. Here we go. Katie bar the door. Green flag in the air. 3 to go. Whoa, doctor, she's on, and it's Dustin Levernite gonna look at the bottom. Levenstein gonna power out down the back straightaway.
Battle's gonna be for third.
Frank Gonzales gonna throw it in there, see if it sticks. Aritzia now gonna use the high side. It's 2 laps to go, folks. Joey Lamb gonna make his bid for a top 5. Digging the bottom, it's Heath Lawson holding on to the 5th spot. Caution flag is gonna fly. That's gonna wrap it up. They'll get the yellow and the white together. Not exactly sure what happened on that last one though. I believe it's gonna be Rafferty in the pits. I can take a look and see if we can see what happened to Michael Rafferty. Rafferty gonna try to start working his way back up. Like we may have lost the video feed. Oh! Well? Go back and take one more look at this, but
ooh,
not exactly sure what happened. Not exactly sure if it got out of shape or... One second, folks. This video feed's kind of spotty.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened to him there.
Yeah, me neither. Nonetheless, Jacob Levenstein wins it under caution. Levernite 2nd, Chris Arencia 3rd. Frank Gonzales 4th, and Heath Lawson going to round out your top 5. Joey Lamb 6th. Shane Kelly 7th, Laurel Havens 8th. Mookie Haney's going to finish behind Trevor Drake in 9th to round out your top 10. Good look at the outside outlaw Chris Arencia as I'm trying to see. He may be your hard charger.
Let's see here. Moved up 14 spots. Laurel Havens moved up 13 spots. 12 spots for Blake Heather.
Yeah, that's it. I'll tell you what, we're going to get our Hard Charger Award as well as our first podium interview out of the way all at one time, Robbie, and I'm going to let you take it away with the outside outlaw Chris Arencia.
Outside outlaw Chris Arencia. Robbie Buckner, you got a copy, bud?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, you told us in pre-race that you were going to finish top 5. He didn't say you was going to finish top 3. So I figured, you know, he said we're going to talk to him at the end. So I said, well, he's aiming for that Hard Charger Award. Well, not only did you get the Hard Charger, but you come home on that 3rd step on the podium tonight, man. You had a rocket ship from the back of the pack.
Oh yeah, brother. We it felt good. The car was awesome tonight. I wish that thing would have went green for those last 3 laps because I think we could have finished 1-2 HRE there. But hats off to Dustin, teammate Jacob up there taking home the win for us.
Heck yeah, brother. I tell you, it seemed like your car was hooking up on the top, on the bottom, on the middle. It seemed like every time we looked at you, you were in a different line, just methodically picking your way up through the field. Had to avoid a couple wrecks as it went through. How chaotic was it out there tonight with 24 cars on this track?
I think it was like lap 20 or something. We got a little left front damage there. I was a little worried about it as we were making our way up through there. There's a little tangle on the backstretch there, and we got in the side of I think Michael Rafferty. But
man, I tell you, it's always fun and exciting to watch the Outside Outlaws show up at the track and put on a show for the fans, and you've definitely done that tonight as you moved up 14 positions, started 17th, come home 3rd. Solid night, and I'd have to agree with you. I think if we went green that whole way there, I think you and Dustin would have put on one whale of a show for second place there.
Oh yeah, man. Man, I love coming out here and running with these guys. It's always fun. You know, it's always a great show. Everybody throughout the field is, you know, respectful. They run good, you know, because we run all over the place. This is definitely on the top of my list.
Heck yeah, brother. Well, we hope to see you more this season, and go enjoy that 3rd place and Hard Charger Award for the night. And before I let you go, as always, man, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Oh yeah, man. Dirt All Access. That's our primary team sponsor there at HRE Motorsports. All my teammates back there. Kendall Tucker, he was running the Big Show Promotion Supers, lost by, you know, a nose over there. Jacob bringing home the win tonight. You know, everybody that's making this thing possible, man. I appreciate all y'all. We'll be back next week.
Heck yeah, brother. We look forward to seeing you, Chris. Again, congratulations on the solid top 3 and a Hard Charger tonight, man. Go enjoy it.
Oh yeah, brother.
Once again, that was the Outside Outlaw Chris Arencia, going to finish 3rd, up from 17th, going to be your Hard Charger as well. Robbie, I'll let you take it away now with a guy who's going to be 2nd place on the podium, the Pennsylvania driver in the 91, Dustin Levernight. Started 2nd, finished 2nd as a, you know, good solid night.
Yeah, most definitely. Down here talking to the man, driver of the number 91, Dustin Levernight. Robbie Butner backwards at production, man. One whale of a ride tonight.
Yeah, thank you guys. Glad to be talking with you.
I tell you, man, you know, last season you went out and won a championship. This year, not quite the start you wanted, but tonight's definitely got to feel good and feel like it's put you in the right direction again.
Yeah, I had a good run going last week and just wasn't paying attention to how many laps were left and kind of overdrove the car. I should have had a top 3 there, but a little more conservative tonight. I knew I wasn't going to get by Jacob. He was just able to pull me on every restart and was able to just stay up there in the top 2, 3 all night and come home with a 2nd place. I'll take it. The time trial is the biggest, just getting into the show there.
Yeah, definitely. It's got to be nerve-wracking as a driver to come into a lobby, see that many cars and drivers on the sheet, and know that unless you qualify in that top 12, man, you're going to have to fight your way, scratch and claw through one of the heat races to try and get in.
Yeah, fortunately, I haven't had to endure one of those yet, but and everybody in this deal can lay down a lap, and everybody's so quick. Yeah, I think we were only less than half a second from first to last in time trials, and you know, to go out and put down a 2nd place time, I was honestly surprised. I figured I would be up there, but not that good.
Well, heck yeah, brother. You had a solid night all night. You fell back a little bit there in the middle of the race, able to battle your way back up. I tell you, are you kind of glad that it didn't under caution there? It looked like you and Arencia were going to put on one whale of a show for the fans coming to the finish.
Yeah, I just knew I wanted to run conservative and finish up front tonight, so I was kind of glad the cautions were falling there and I didn't have to get the race in Arencia pretty hard because he was really good on the top and my car was only good bottom and middle. Thankfully, Frank Gonzales kind of helped me out there the one time I did try the top and got way loose. And so I was glad to see the caution come out, I'm not going to lie, and just take a good points night.
Heck yeah, brother. Good job. Solid finish as always. And always, before we let you go, got anybody out there you want to give a shout out to, man?
Shout out to Mike. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Jacob there for running. I don't think I've ever raced with him, but he ran a good race. And thanks to everybody who helps me. Thanks.
Heck yeah, brother. Again, congratulations on a solid 2nd place run, and we look forward to seeing you out there again next week.
Sounds good, fellas.
Once again, that is going to be Dustin Levernight out of Pennsylvania, finishes 2nd. Robbie, I'm now going to let you take it away from victory lane with the man who started on the front row, led all 50 laps, kind of reminiscent to last week's showing from the New Deal Hudson O'Neal. That is the driver of the 777, Jacob Levenstein.
One problem, they won't let me into victory lane tonight.
Man.
They're having such a party down here, they don't want me to come in and disrupt it.
That's a private party indeed, as it doesn't look like we have radio communication down there with Levenstein, and Robbie's victory lane pass going to be revoked, expired, revoked for the night. So, tough break. I tell you what, man, let's get to talk with Laurel Havens. Had a great night, going to finish second up in your Hard Charger Award.
All right, I'll let you talk to Laurel here.
Laurel Havens, is Bradley Wilson of the Backwards Hat Booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Doing well, man. We're just talking about all the big movers in the field. Your name got to be one of the top of the list. All the way up from 21st to 8th, man. I know I kept a camera on you throughout the mid part, keeping that 47 car clean and moving in the right direction tonight. Tell me a little bit about the action down there.
Well, the guys and I were talking about it before we started the race. We felt like that keeping the car from being wrecked and getting slowed down was going to be key tonight. We tried to stay on the bottom. A lot of people went to the top where it was rougher, and so we were fortunate enough to move up through the field from passing people and from some incidents. It was kind of tough missing them as they was coming back down the track, but mainly just trying to stay clean, consistent, and moving forward.
Man, I know that a lot of people have been talking about this new damage model that iRacing rolled out here recently. And a lot of people, especially in the dirt world, talking about, you know, damage being more noticeable now, whether it's a bent bar or bent front end part. Because as Robbie and I talk about all the time, you know, this is a simulator. It's all virtual reality. But at the same time, the word simulator now comes bigger into play. Because just because it's a simulator doesn't mean you can't pick up the feel of a bent bar or, you know, something broke in the rear end that's definitely going to slow you down.
Yeah, we practice a lot here this week, and in practice, if you'd hit somebody or hit the wall or whatever, you'd have a noticeable difference. I got just hit in the front right just a little bit in practice back on Monday, I think. I lost 2/10 just from a little bump. It wasn't even significant. So we discussed it a lot before the race, and we all knew that the key to tonight was to try to stay as clean as possible, because it does make effect on it now. When you hit something, it does slow you down.
And definitely so. I think we saw it throughout the field tonight, man. Like I said, we wanted to get you up here, you know, 21st to 8th. It's a heck of a feat, man, especially keeping the car as clean as you did. You know, last week, maybe not the run you would hope for. I've got to think that this is going to be the big momentum builder going into next week.
Oh, so we found some stuff. We've been working on ride heights and made a big difference this week. So we think we found something with that and a couple other things. And so we're getting better. We're moving forward. It's pretty good. I love racing with these guys. I was looking at the list of drivers that were supposed to be out here tonight, and I thought, you know, just making the A was a win with this type of field. So I felt pretty privileged to make the A and to move up like I did. I felt really good about that. And so we'll see what happens next week. We're going to the track that I have the worst luck on. So I'm not expecting much from Lima Land, but other than that, I feel like we're pretty good for the rest of the year.
I know Lima Land is one hot ticket that's going to be, you know, one everybody wants to get in on. You hear about so many of these big money shows and everything happening around that little speedway. So it's going to be exciting, man. Hey, before we let you get out of here, get back to debrief with the team, other than Havens Nation that I know is loud and proud out there for you tonight, is there anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
WR1 simulators. Chad provided me with a simulator. It's really good, comfortable, makes it easy for these long 50-lap, 100-lap races. Joe Sullivan, steering wheels, NMTS, and you guys, you know, I really love the way you broadcast. When we don't get to have you on some of our other races, I miss you, and I know everybody else does too. So thank you for hosting and making it what it is.
Heck yeah, man. Our pleasure indeed. We're going to let you go celebrate, debrief with the team once again, but congratulations. Like I said, 21st to 8th. a feat on its own, but to do it and take care of the car the way you did it, adding that much to it. So we'll let you get back down there with the crew. But man, thanks again for taking time out to speak with us, and we'll see you in Lima Land next week.
Gotta get us one of those WR1 simulators.
I'm telling you, think maybe we need to get hooked up with one, huh?
Yeah, I need to talk to Laurel.
We're going to be at the Chili Bowl. There'll be a big set put up there. I think I might be taking mine, but I know Chad's going to have several of them up there. So we'll all be up there showing them. If you get a chance to make it by the Chili Bowl, come by and look at them.
I'll tell you what, I know that we may just have to do a little live video from the Chili Bowl, live and in person. Do a little live interview on the Backwards Hat page during the Chili Bowl with you, and give people a taste of, you know, Havens Nation.
Well, that'd be awesome. I hope you do make it by.
Oh yeah, I already plan on being there, so I'm definitely going to be hooking up with you. Well, man, thanks again, like I said, and good luck next week in Lima Land.
Thank you, sir. See you there.
Once again, Robbie Laurel Havens, like I said, you know, Laurel, one of the nicest guys you're going to run into in the infield of these races. And I know I've personally went to the Laurel Havens School of Driving a few times. You know, definitely every time.
I flunked out twice.
Went and flunked out twice. Well, I think I got my passing grade just barely, though. Like I said, though, man, definitely, you know, every time you get in with this guy, and if you're just willing to listen, you're going to learn something. So, like I said, no surprise, really. I know he's been snake bit, had some bad luck, but man, 21st to 8th, and definitely all the panels pretty much straight on the car. So that's a feat in its own.
Heck yeah. I tell you what, let's get one more interview in before we go through the final rundown. I want to interview the Joker's card here. So give me 1 second. Since I didn't get to victory lane, I am able to move around the pit area down here. So let's see if I can get a word in with the man I call the Joker card, Frank Gonzales. Frank Gonzales, Robbie Button, Backwards Hat Production. Got a copy, bud?
I got you, buddy.
Well, Frank, I tell you, man, it looked like you had third place there for a while, man, and it just right there at the end, it's like he clipped you.
It's just racing. I mean, it didn't wreck me. It didn't cause me to get out of control or anything. What really hurt is I was in a good spot running with the Dustin and the other guy up front. And then Dustin got loose in front of me. It's like, we're just near each other. Something bad always happens when we're near each other. But it's all good. It's just fun, hard racing.
Heck yeah, brother. I tell you, it was a good, solid outing for you tonight. Looked like it was going to be a rough one for you in practice earlier today. Was down in the 32nd position, and then in qualifying, you just went out there and laid down the third quickest lap. Is it just the track conditions for you? Is your car just better, the drier and slicker it got?
I have no idea. In practice, I couldn't get nothing to work. I was there switching gears, trying different setups, tightening it, loosening it, running inside, middle, outside. So I'm like, we're going to be in trouble in qualifying. So I just put something in there and went out there and qualified third and shocked the crap out of me.
Well, heck yeah, brother. It was definitely good to see you up front tonight. No, it's not the finish you want. I know you've one of your favorite tracks is Charlotte. Me and you talked earlier this week about the fact that Charlotte's one of those tracks you feel really good at. But I know next week we're going to a track you really love.
I love Lima Land.
Heck yeah, brother. Well, I tell you,
it's either win or bust for me next week.
Well, we'll be here to broadcast it for you, man. But as always, before I let you go, man, anybody out there you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, Tyler Brewing Company, KNF Racing, Kabang Energy, Michael for having such a great league, Joey Lamb Racing, Blake, AJ, Joey, and Jeremy, all of us helping each other out. And there's a bunch of group of guys to race with. And I cannot thank Laurel enough for sticking around and teaching me how to run these things because I was junk. And all y'all guys in here have been helping me get better at this.
Heck, man. I can't take no credit for it. So, but it's definitely good to see you run good tonight, man. And can't wait to see what you got for us at Lima Land next week.
Oh, yeah, Backwards Hat, too. I didn't want to leave y'all guys out. Y'all do an awesome job in the broadcast boost.
Well, we try, brother. We do it for y'all.
Y'all the best ones out there.
Well, thank you, brother.
All right, man. Y'all have a good night.
Well, Robbie, it's come that time where we're going to run down your finishing order one more time from front to back here. Let me make it a little bigger because it's a little different when you're looking at 22 cars compared to where we started at 42 cars. You heard Laurel talk about it specifically with the drivers you had, signed up for this race, just making the A. And here's how the A feature is going to all come out in the wash. Jacob Leverstein is going to pick up the win. Dustin Levernight second. Chris Arencia up from 17th to finish third. He was your hard charger. Frank Gonzales going to drop one spot from the third starting position to finish fourth. Heath Lawson is going to drop one from fourth to round out your top five. Joey Lamb, the Carolina driver, is going to come up 2 spots from 8th to 6th. Shane Showtime Kelly, we didn't talk about him a whole lot throughout the show, but nonetheless out there putting on the show once again, up from 11th to 7th. And there he is once again, Havens Nation, your man Laurel Havens, up from the 21st starting spot to 8th. Trevor Drake going to start 13th, finish 9th. Mookie Haney going to finish 10th after starting 14th.
Coming home 11th, starting 23rd is going to be Blake Heather in the 97 car. Cody Hollis is going to come home 12th after starting from the 16th spot. Ryan Gaunt in the 120 had a rough night. Started 5th, is going to come home 13th. 14th is going to be that 21 of Nathan Kassler after starting 15th. Coming home 15th tonight, though, is going to be Brett Rolls in the 23, who started 24th on the night. 16th is going to be the Evil Outlaw Michael Redding. 17th is going to be Dustin Hall. 18th is going to be J.W. Anderson in the number 11 car, who started 9th. Again, rough night for him. Contact between him and Wheeler. 19th, 2 laps down, is going to be the 41 of Michael Rafferty. And 3 laps down and 20th is going to be the 36 of Tyler Wolf.
Richard Spar is going to finish 21st. Chad Wheeler, heartbreak for the 88 car. Such a fast car on the top. Going to get caught up in that restart melee there. Spins around, makes contact with a few other cars, and is going to wind up 22nd, 29 laps down. Cole Harvey in the 85 car is going to finish 23rd. Taylor B is going to round out your field. The California driver out early in the 8 car. Heartbreak in the opening laps once again. Well, that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. What can you say, Robbie, in closing, about 3 wide from the front to the back, 24 cars deep?
Only thing you can say is tune in next week as we go to Lima Land, as Bradley likes to put his flying a fighter jet inside of a gymnasium. So it's going to be exciting to see what happens there. These guys are just going to get better and better as the year goes on. The races are going to get more and more intense, and the fields are only going to get stronger and stronger. Again, tonight we had over 40 cars show up. Only 24 make the field. So at the end of the night when you make it to the A main, you beat some of the best already that night.
Definitely going to be some wadded up chassis, some heated tempers next week from the Lima Land. Like I said, it's going to be one hot ticket, folks. You're not going to want to miss it. Once again, though, in closing, this was the MVRL live from the dirt track at Charlotte, week number 3. This is the widely imitated, never duplicated Backwards Hat Productions. For Robbie Buckner, I'm Bradley Wilson. We hope you have a safe week, and we'll see you next time.